Morning, everybody. I'm here wrapping this present for the good people of Minnesota. I'm here in Kenora, Ontario, taking this down into the US. In just a few moments, I just gotta finish bungeeing this up. There's nobody waiting outside me in line, so I can finish this all up inside, which is very nice. If there was somebody who came up behind me, like there's another stall here that nobody's using, but if two people came, I would obviously move forward and finish bungeeing outside the tarp shed, not inside. So many people don't do that courtesy, and then the lineup ends up extending all the way around the corner and we're waiting 3-4 hours to get into the tarp shed. It's not nice, but hey, if nobody's waiting, it's drizzling a little bit outside, so I'd rather not work in the rain, if possible, if I have a choice. I mean, it's just water. It's okay. Getting wet is okay. Some people don't like getting wet. I mean, I guess they don't like taking showers. That's between them and God. But here, we're gonna be done right away. Let's get this all bungeed up, tacked down. We're gonna unload this tomorrow morning down in Minnesota. You can see I've got to even these out here a little bit yet. So I don't know, I'll give it like 15-20 minutes. I'll be out of here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We make new videos all the time. Now the goal is to get them to line up as straight as possible. Really, all you need to do is make sure your freight is covered. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, but to me it matters. Image matters. I don't care what anybody told you. I don't care what your mommy told you. Image matters. You need to look decent. You don't have to look like you don't got to show up to work in a tux. I thought of doing that before. That'd be funny. Big thing is just put on a clean shirt. Put on some clean clothes when you get to a customer, especially. Try to make sure your unit is somewhat clean. Mine's a little dirty right now. Being a little bit of a hypocrite mentioning that. And make sure you smell good. That is very, very important. When you meet new people on the road, when you go to a customer, when you show up to a shipper or a receiver, make sure you smell good. Put a stick of deodorant in your door, okay? Put a reminder, a sticky note on your steering wheel, whatever you have to do. Before you go into the truck stop, before you get out of your truck, slap on some deodorant. It's really not that hard. This is something we can all do together and make everyone's experience out here a lot better. Like me, I smell good. Even that out, not too much, not too much. Not too, do it a little bit more. Okay, easy as that. You get it all nicely lined up. I've just got to pull it forward a little bit yet, because these lines are lined up now, right? So that's good. Now here at the front, I've got to pull it forward just a little bit so that this flap comes down here nicely. You see, like that? That's perfect. Now, if there was someone waiting behind me, what I'd do is I'd tack the corner here, tack the corner there. Same thing on the other side so that the tarp doesn't fly away when I roll outside. And I'd slowly roll it out the door that way and finish bungeeing out there. But hey, it's our lucky day. We get to do this inside. So the way I do it, once I have everything done up, tacked down, nice and tight around the corners, have my corner protectors underneath there. You might have seen them sitting up here, those orange things. On the corners, protecting that. I walk around and I hang up all my bungees along the rings where I'm gonna bungee it down. Over here where they overlap, you don't have to bungee those down under there as long as the front of the tarp underneath there is tacked down there. Like this top one will hold that down. Sometimes I see people tarping down the entire under tarp and then putting another tarp on top of that and entirely bungeeing that one down too. You're making lots of work for yourself, but good for you. It's not wrong to do it that way, it's just more work. But hey, if you like working, who am I to tell you not to work? Go ahead. Not the way I do it though. You take the tarp and you fold it underneath, like that. You button it down. You can reach it all the way up there. Fold it up, roll it up, whatever you want to do. Down, pull it down, be careful, keep your face away from it, it might snap. Out, and then up to that one. Nice and tight. And you do that all the way around. All the way around. Make sure it's all good and tight. You don't have to bungee it this way. Sometimes you can go from this one over here to this one. That'd be just as fine too. I find that I get a little bit more tightness if I go to this one, but you can go there, you can go there. As long as there's no right and wrong way to do it really. As long as the load is covered and the tarps are secure and they're not flapping in the wind. That's bad. If you see a load going down the road with a tarp on it and the tarp is flapping, that's bad. I mean, again, as long as the load is covered, but if your tarps move, that means they're rubbing against the freight underneath them, right? And what happens when things rub for long periods of time? They tear. Now you're gonna have holes in your tarp, tears in your tarp because it's rubbing on the freight. You want your tarp tight and sucked into the freight so that it doesn't move, so that the wind doesn't flap it around. Less chance of it getting ripped that way. Plus it just looks better and more professional when your load is professionally nice, tarped tight. If it's flapping everywhere, everyone's gonna look at you and be like, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. What is he, why? And then they're gonna give you that look. At least I am. I'm almost done now. Done the whole load. I just got to fix up this front edge here and secure that, and then I'm done. One more. I like to try to tuck the bottom one under the load if I can. Lift that up and this through here. There. Sure that this is all tucked in properly. There. That ain't going nowhere. All right, it's time to get our paperwork all in order, make sure everything is set, ready to go. Change clothes because I'm all sweaty again. And then start heading to Minnesota. It's about a 5 to 6 hour drive usually. And of course, before I leave, I'll do the walk around, make sure that I leave nothing like this on my deck. Put it all away. Stopped here to quickly check my load. I'm at the inspection pullout just before Fort Frances. I guess if they would want to be inspecting trucks, this is the lot they would use. Since there's no MOT here, figured why not pull in here, take a little break. It's been a messy day. But a good day. I'm in no rush. I have to get there by tonight, and tomorrow morning, like I said, I'll be unloading. And as of right now, there's no load lined up for me tomorrow, but tomorrow's Friday. So chances are I'm just gonna head back home empty to the house and help out with the kids for the weekend. That'd be Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, Britt's mom is coming down for a few days to stay with Britt, or for the week. I'm not too sure. It might be for the week or for half the week, but she'll be staying with Britt. And so my mom is still with Britt right now at home. We got an update on Micah's jaundice today. Britt took him for another doctor's appointment, more blood tests, and his bilirubin levels are still at 277. Only down 4 points from earlier or later last week, a few days ago. So the doctors are kind of stumped right now, and we've been referred to a specialist, a pediatrician, a child doctor. They can't figure out why his bilirubin levels won't go down. 277 isn't dangerous, but it is high. Normal levels would be 205 or below. Dangerous levels would be above 350. Like critical levels would be around like 400, like high 300s, 380, 400, 425. You're looking at possible brain damage and stuff. So 277, there's no risks and dangers, but they still can't figure out why his jaundice, like, because it causes jaundice, right? So he's still a little yellow. They can't figure out why his bilirubin levels won't go down. So the specialist is going to see him next week, and they're going to do some more testing on his liver, because God forbid, hopefully he doesn't have some kind of liver disease. They're going to test his blood to see if he has some kind of problem with his blood. There's a condition that they're trying to rule out. I don't know if they're thinking it's going to be that, but they're trying to rule it out, where the red blood cells are, I forget what it's called, but the red blood cells, instead of them being in their normal shape, they're actually round and circle. It's a big, long name for this condition. And that can cause those red blood cells to die off faster than normal, which builds up bilirubin and which turns your skin yellow as well, which gives you jaundice. There's that. The other option, which is what we're kind of hoping it is right now because it's our best option, is that it's breast milk jaundice. Is that what it's called? That's jaundice that's caused by something in the breast milk or lacking in the breast milk, which could be easily fixed. You know, he'll grow out of that, or you can just, worst case scenario, like switch to formula if you have to, or maybe mix formula in with breast milk, just so that he's getting all the nutrients and stuff that he has to. So that could be what it could be causing this as well. Like we don't know, and the doctors don't really know, and that's why we have been recommended to this specialist. So that's where we're at with Micah right now. So mom is still at home with Britt, Micah, and Theo, helping out. Thank you, Mom, so much for all of your help. Thank you to my mother-in-law as well, who's coming in the future, in the next couple of days, to stay with Britt and the boys for a while as well. Also, my father-in-law and Britt's stepmom, they're coming as well to help in the future. We've got this all lined up so that Britt won't be alone at home, thanks to Britt's sister as well, who is stayed at our house for 5 days, took holidays off of her own work schedule so that she could stay at our house and watch Theo while we were in the hospital. We're very grateful and very thankful to all of our family and our friends. Let's not forget our friends who have offered to help as well. Maybe by the time this gets released, they have as well. Britt's friend Amanda and Sabrina as well. They've been really amazing friends to us and have offered up everything they can do to help us as well. They've made food for us to eat so we don't have to make food. It's been an overwhelming time in our lives, but we're so thankful to have the village around us that we do. And that in big part is due to my wife and her social abilities that I don't have. Britt is very social, very chatty. I bug her about it sometimes. Sometimes it's too much for me because I'm more of a quiet guy. I talk on the internet, right? I'm a YouTuber, but when I put the camera down and I go home, I like my quiet time, my silence. I'm a truck driver. I'm totally fine being alone. I actually like that. Sorry, it's raining on my glasses here a little bit. I'm gonna have to clean this off. It's driving me nuts. I got these drops on here. But I'm fine being alone. Don't get me wrong, I love socializing. A lot of my friends are actually Britt's friends' husbands. Like a good friend of mine is Rick, Sabrina's husband. Another good friend I've made is Marvin, is Amanda's husband. And I have a lot of other friends as well too. But those are just two examples of friends that I have because of Britt and her friends. So between my family, her family, and our friends, we have this incredible village around us that's been helping at home. And I have to be back here at work. We have to keep, well, we got bills to pay. We're just like you. I gotta work. So while I'm here at work, they're taking care of her and helping her out with the kids at home. So again, one more time here, everybody. You guys watching this, thank you so much. It's we can't thank you enough. You guys went in our time when we needed you the most. You showed up and you're there for us, and we appreciate it. And I personally really appreciate it. While I'm here at work, it really eases my stress and my heart knowing that Britt is taken care of at home. She's not by herself going through all of this stuff at home. Like, there's still regular hospital visits. Now we're gonna have regular specialist visits until we can figure out what exactly is going on with Micah. And in the meantime, Theo still needs attention too. He's a 2-year-old. He still needs, he has his own needs. He wants to play, he wants to go outside, he wants to go to the park. And we're trying to balance everything. But anyways, I gotta get back out there. You got some uniformed people marching with flags. Is this a parade? I think this might be a parade. Yeah, I think we're here just in time for International Falls parade of some sort. Interesting. Well, looks like we might be here a little while. People just pulling their boats in the parade? That's what this is? Oh. What, it's only like a couple? Oh, they're telling us to go around. Okay. Obviously having some kind of Thursday parade here. It's got us going around on this detour.
In 100 meters, turn right on 8th Avenue.
One thing I've noticed about International Falls, because I come through here all the time, right? I've noticed that they have lots of festivals all the time. So we made it here, parked in the same place, waiting to get unloaded that we were at the day before yesterday. So first thing tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go get this trailer emptied, and I believe I'm heading home then for the weekend. We'll see, it'll be Friday. Maybe they'll have some freight for me that I can pick up on my way back, if I'm lucky. If not, I'll head home. I'll be home tomorrow for supper, and probably head out again Sunday night. But we'll see what happens. I'm I mentioned to go home and see everybody and see our kids, and also relieve my mom from duty, so to speak. She's been at our house all week helping Britt, and I know she hasn't gotten much sleep, and she'll never admit it, but I'm sure she's pretty tired. So I'm looking forward to getting home, seeing everybody, and you know, letting mom go and get some much needed rest. And then I'll take over watching the kids as much as I can. Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Sunday evening, Britt's mom is supposed to be getting there, and I'll be going back to work. So Britt shouldn't be left, shouldn't have to be at home by herself. I think it's all going to work out. And hopefully, you know, within a week or two, we can find some sense of normalcy in our lives. And with all of the stresses of having a newborn, having a toddler, but also having a newborn with health issues where you're at the doctor's like almost every second day, and at the hospital. And the hospital's an hour away. So it's not like we can just go down the street. We got to go into the Children's Hospital, which is in Winnipeg, downtown. That's a little over an hour drive from our place. So it's, you know, and then you get there, and then you got to wait a couple hours, and you got to get the blood work done, wait for a couple of hours for the blood work, and then make your way all the way back home. It's a bit of a task. It's almost a whole day thing when you go to the hospital. But we're managing. We're doing okay. We're just tired. We're tired, and we're very grateful. Like I was saying earlier, I've already said it. I don't want to beat the dead horse, but we're very grateful for the village we have around us. And we're going to have to dip into that resource a little bit more in the next couple of weeks, just to make sure that, you know, Britt doesn't lose her mind. And that she actually gets some sleep as well. You know, if I didn't have to work, I would be there every second of every day. But just like you, I've got bills to pay. And got to make sure we keep everything chugging along, right? We got to keep a roof over their head, because not much point to, you know, staying home, missing work, if we just end up losing the house. We don't want to do that. Not like we're anywhere near that. But, you know, if you don't work long enough, you don't pay your bills, that's what happens. You lose your house. You lose everything that you need to support your family. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. So I've got to be out here doing what I do, doing my job. And, you know, we'll get through this trying, difficult time, this parental test, you might say. You know, others have been through a lot worse. There's children out there who struggle from really, really bad things and terminal illnesses, and you know, we're thankful that it's not that for us. We're just trying to figure out what the cause is, and once we got that figured out, I think that things will start going along a little bit smoother at home with the kids, and you know, we'll get him sleeping through the night and get on a regular schedule, and things will get easier. Things will get easier. We'll just be a little bit tired until then. So tomorrow I'm looking forward to going home and doing my part there. So I'll see you then right here tomorrow morning. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for all of your words of support and encouragement. I've been reading them all. You guys have all been very nice and kind.